Road to the NBA Finals, presented by Las Vegas. Whose strength is better?
I think the Spurs have the stronger strength in these finals. Their depth is going to be key. It's not just Tim Duncan, Tony Parker, Manu Ginobili. They got to the finals despite the fact that their big three was very inconsistent throughout the entire playoffs. Kawhi Leonard's 21, but if he can meet the moment and get it done, that'll be big. Danny Green, young player, has failed in last postseason, had a tough time. I think that experience comes into play, and if the depth can be what it was all through the playoffs, that's going to be big.
Sam, the Heat have depth too. However, the Heat also have offensive versatility. They can also hit the three-point shot. They can execute in the half-court sets. LeBron James and Dwayne Wade are very dangerous driving to the basket. They are a great team when they are forcing turnovers, grabbing rebounds, and getting out in transition before the opponent has time to set up defensively.
Bigger barometer, Parker or LeBron?
It has to be Miami's LeBron James. He's been carrying the Heat in the playoffs, playing like a much different player than back in 2007 when he lost to the Spurs while with Cleveland. If he doesn't get it done, the Heat are going to be done in the finals.
Sam, I think it's Tony Parker. We know what we're going to get from LeBron James game to game. 28 points, 7 rebounds, 7 assists. It's Tony Parker who needs to maintain his consistency throughout the series if the Spurs want to win another championship.
Jeff, you may be right about LeBron. He's been consistent lately, but it was only 2 years ago that he had a hard time in the finals against Dallas, and Tony Parker's part of a much deeper Spurs team. He has a lot more help. If LeBron doesn't get it done, the Heat are not going to win the finals.
Impact for coach?
I think it's Heat coach Erik Spoelstra. Since taking over the Big Three, Erik Spoelstra has done an outstanding job managing Dwayne Wade, LeBron James, and Chris Bosh, not only on the court, but their egos off the court. A second consecutive NBA championship would cement Spoelstra's legacy, and if at any point he ever left the Miami Heat, I think he would be a hot commodity in the free agent coaching market.
Jeff, I agree it'd be big for Spoelstra. I think it would actually be bigger for Greg Popovich. He's already going to be remembered as one of the greats, but a 5th championship coming in 2013, considering his first one was back in 1999, will show people it wasn't just about drafting Tim Duncan. He's had more than 100 players around Duncan throughout the years, is going to be remembered as a guy that is up there with the Phil Jacksons, the Red Auerbachs of the game. I think a 5th title, though, would help with that legacy.
Legacy for LeBron?
LeBron James will already go down as a champion, and he's bound for the Hall of Fame, but he needs to keep winning titles in order to have the kind of legacy that he's capable of having. And he might not want this to get brought up anymore, but the fact is the fans have not forgotten that day when he sat up on the stage with Dwayne Wade and Chris Bosh and talked about winning not 1, not 2, not 3 championships, but much, much more. If he doesn't win the title this year, I think the Miami chapter of his career takes a hit.
Sam, I tend to agree with you a little bit. The greatest players in NBA history are measured by championships. Kobe Bryant, Michael Jordan, Larry Bird, Magic Johnson. But the thing with LeBron, if he doesn't win this year, he is only 28 years old, and regardless of where he finishes his career, he will have plenty of opportunities to win more NBA championships.
More changes next year?
If the Miami Heat win a second consecutive NBA championship, I expect minimal changes in the offseason.
I agree with you, Jeff, that the Heat are facing bigger changes if they lose. The Spurs, on the other hand, they always find a way of keeping their core together. Manu Ginobili is going to be a free agent this summer. I still expect them to find a way to bring him back. They crossed this bridge 2 years ago when they decided not to trade Tony Parker when they contemplated changing their core. Win or lose in the finals, I don't see the Spurs changing. Like you said, the Miami Heat could be a very different story.